Hi there, my name's GUM.
And I'm Ambrose Kenny-Smith.
And we are choosing music videos and some of our favourite songs for the next hour or so on Rage this morning. So enjoy. This next track is by Talk Talk. It's called It's My Life. And they are one of my favourite bands ever. And Mark Hollis, probably one of my favourite songwriters ever. This is like from their earlier, more sort of pop stuff. And it was famously covered by No Doubt. No, it was Gwen Stefani solo maybe, one of the two. But the original, they're both awesome, but the original song is amazing and just a killer, kind of weird but huge pop song, and a cool clip of him sort of standing around in zoos and stuff in a trench coat, looking real 80s and windswept. And so here it is, It's My Life, Talk Talk.
So this next track is probably my most favourite vocal performance of all time. It's Etta James with I'd Rather Go Blind live at Montreux Jazz Fest. The footage is just so awesome. They're just really hot and sweaty, and it's just phenomenal. The power in her voice, it's just it's a force to be reckoned with. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and get prepared for a knockout, stellar singer, one of the best of all time, for sure.
The next track up is Presidents of the USA with Peaches. It was the first film clip I ever remember seeing, anywhere. Or I guess it was just TV back then, when I was 6. It was probably Rage, to be honest. Rage or Video Hits, but I think we were a Rage household. And I just thought it was awesome. I didn't really know that I liked music yet, but I just liked they came down, the ninjas came down at the end of it, jumped out of the trees, and then the band started fighting. I think that's this clip. Or maybe I'm remembering some other clip. But it's just it's sort of the first time I realised that I thought music was cool, So here it is, Presidents of the USA with Peaches.
All right, this next track is Pipe with Lords of Lithium. Cookie is obviously a very close friend of mine. We share multiple music projects together.
What's his real name?
And that's confidential.
Okay, confidential, yeah.
But,
you almost said it.
Yeah, I almost did. I was in an Uber on the way to the airport today, and I thought of a funny story about old mate Cookie Dog when we were in Latvia, because the driver was from Latvia. We had a night after the festival that we played there, and Cook slept walk into the hallway of the hotel, woke up to the sound of his door shutting behind him. Oh, no. And he came to and he was in his jocks. He had to go down to the reception.
That's a classic tour dog story. At least he had jocks on. Because I've never done it, but I've heard of a lot of jockless.
Yeah, I've heard of worse situations too. So it was actually turned out to be not as bad in the bigger picture.
Man, you've thrown him under the bus here.
Had to go down to the reception and get a new key while the bar at the reception was going off. But this is off his new album, and the clip's directed by a good friend of mine, guy Ty Zach. And great record, great video clip. So enjoy.
The next video is by the White Stripes, The Hardest Button to Button. It's probably my favourite video clip ever. Just the idea is really simple, but amazing. I think it's Michel Gondry did it just with a digital camera in Paris, and it's just, did it with hundreds of drum kits and amps and this kind of stop motion thing. It's just it's just one of those things you wish you thought of, because it wouldn't have been super expensive, and it looks amazing. And Beck has a cameo in it. He hands Jack White a box at some point, sort of all stop motion-y. It's just a really good clip. So this is The Hardest Button to Button by the White Stripes. This next track is Slough by David Brent. It's very funny, but it's also such a great song. It's kind of a bit Bowie, a bit like Oasis or something. And it's, it's beautiful. The lyrics are pretty funny. I'm not going to do an impression of the lyrics because it won't do it justice. But here it is, David Brent with Slough.
Hey there, thanks for watching this morning. Hope you enjoyed our selection. We'll be back later tonight, so remember to tune in once you get home from whatever you're doing, and I hope you dig it.
See you then.
See ya.
Hi, my name's Jay Watson, otherwise known as GUM, and this is my mate,
Ambrose Kenny-Smith.
We made an album together called Ill Times, and we've been invited to the Rage Red Couch to pick music all night for you guys to listen to. And we hope you enjoy it. There's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Enjoy. This next track is Ocean Deep by my father, Broderick Smith, at the Andy Durant Memorial Concert. This song was written by Andy Durant on his deathbed when he was passing away, I believe, with cancer. The song's obviously very deep and meaningful, and it's sort of about him just being out, at sea and never wanting to return to land, and it's sort of a nice way of looking at life, in my opinion. And at the memorial concert they had for him after he passed away, his band, Stars and Jimmy Barnes and all the rest of it, did a big show for it, and they got Dad up to sing this song that had never been performed live, and it's probably one of my favourite performances of his all time. It's amazing. So yeah, R.I.P. Dad. Enjoy. This next song is Labi Siffre, Crying, Laughing, Loving, Lying. It's one of my favourite songs to put on after a big night out when I want to melt into the couch at home. It takes me to a very nice, happy place, and I hope it does the same for you.
This next track is by Siouxsie and the Banshees. It's called Spellbound. My favourite guitar player at the moment is the guitar player on this song. His name's John McGeoch, I think that's how you say it. He was in Magazine and Pill and Siouxsie and the Banshees. And he's just a genius, I reckon, and kind of weirdly not underrated in certain circles, but he's like 80s Hendrix or something to me. And the guitar stuff on this is amazing, and pretty much everything he does. And of course, Siouxsie herself is amazing, and yeah, it's just a cool song. So here it is, Spellbound. Hi there, I'm GUM, Jay Watson, and this is my mate,
Ambrose Kenny-Smith, and you're watching
Rage.
Okay, this next track is Jessica Pratt with Life Is, off her album Here in the Pitch. Absolute love this album. It's so good. Smashed it on repeat when it came out. And this is one of the singles from the record. It's got beautiful production. The drums in the intro remind me of the Baby It's You Shirelles. And yeah, it's just got really nice sort of wall of sound over the whole record. And yeah, hope to see it live someday. So yeah, kick back and relax to some pure bliss.
This next song is Jessie by the band Geese. I was on tour in America, and my friend James, who was playing in the GUM band with me, took me to see this band of young New Yorkers in Portland, and it was amazing. It was the best live gig I've seen in years, the most just exciting young band I'd seen in ages. It was I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy sort of Beefheart crossed with Ween, crossed with King Crimson, crossed with Rolling Stones or something. And yeah, this is a great song of theirs called Jessie, and I'm looking forward to their next album. So here's Geese, Jessie.
All right, this next track is Grace Cummings with On and On off her latest release, Ramona. She's a good friend from Melbourne, an amazing singer and songwriter. And yeah, this whole new record that she's put out is just beautiful. And yeah, the clip's really nice and complements the song well. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar, get familiar because
That's great. Great album.
she's awesome.
We are GUM and Ambrose Kenny-Smith, and we're hosting Rage tonight.
Yeah, and this is my third time on the red couch, and I believe this is
I've
your
never
first.
been on the red couch. I've chosen songs with my other band Ponds, but I've never had the honour of sitting on the famous couch. So here I am.
Do you get this steam clean? Because it smells
very
and
nice.
looks quite pristine.
Yeah.
Good job, Rage.
This next track is Dream World by Midnight Oil. We had one cassette in the car for a long time, and it was when I was a kid. And it was Midnight Oil, Diesel and Dust on one side, and Blue Sky Mine on the other. And this was on the Diesel and Dust side, and it's just a great song and like a, I don't know, just kind of amazing songwriting. And like I loved them when I was a kid, and then didn't listen to them for years and years, and now I'm sort of really back in the Midnight Oil zone. So here's Dream World, Midnight Oil.
This next track is Viagra Boys' Made of Meat. It's an awesome video clip that they just put out not too long ago. I was just thinking of like a funny story when we met these guys last year or so at this festival, and we ended up having a pretty fun night together. But by the end of it, the singer Sebastian was on our bus with my phone, and we're like watching old like blues videos and stuff. And then we all the bus was taken off to leave, so they all like jumped off the bus and left. And then as we were driving out of this festival, I realized he still had my phone because he was just like watching all these like videos on my phone. And then so I had to tell the bus driver to stop, ran back.
Oh, they love that too, bus drivers.
Yeah, as we like drive out of the festival, and ran back and like banged on their door of their bus and ran upstairs. They're all in their bunks. And I'm like yelling out for him, and everyone's like popping their heads out of the bunks like, what the hell is going on? And then I just, for some reason, knew that he wasn't going to be able to get into his own bunk. And I went to the back lounge, and there he was, passed out on the couch with like my phone in his hand, just like still watching like YouTube videos. And to like
Amazing.
Forcefully rip it out of his hand. And yeah. That's that story. But I got my phone back, and then several months later they released this real dope video clip. So enjoy. All right, this next track is Gravediggers with Diary of a Madman. It's off an old skate video by the skateboard brand Shorties. The video was Guilty. It was played on repeat, that VHS growing up. Steve Olsen used the song in his part, and it's just ingrained in me. And yeah, it's really cool intro, very eerie, and yeah, one of my favorite like hip hop tracks of all time.
Hi there, I'm Jay Watson, aka GUM.
And I'm Ambrose Kenny-Smith, and you're up way past your bedtime watching Rage.
Real neon.
Okay, so this next clip is Minor Setback by us, and this is the second track that we worked on together. Jay sent me the music for it, and then I wrote and recorded the lyrics fairly quickly, probably quicker than I normally would, because the music was just so good and easy to write to. And then we shot a video clip. It was sort of just basically putting a green screen over my back fence and a camera on a tripod and filming myself sing the track a few times.
My studio's green, so I just took all the stuff off the walls, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how well it worked, but yeah.
No, it looked good. And then, our mate in Baltimore, Jacob Armstrong, did an awesome animation and, did the whole clip. So, yeah, it's one of his best yet. And, we hope you dig it.
Here's Minor Setback. This next track is by us. It's called Ill Times. It was shot by Guy, can you pronounce his name?
Guy Tyzak.
In the Melbourne CBD.
You say Melbourne, by the way.
Melbourne. Did I say Melbourne or Melbourne? Do you know people from Melbourne say Melbourne? Because I've just learnt this.
Anyway.
Yeah, and they say melody, like the song's got a good melody. Anyway, and it was really fun to shoot. It was a bit awkward, like being I was a bit hungover, and like
city.
people, everyone's people can't help themselves. What are you guys doing?
Right in the middle of like Flinders Street.
Yeah.
One point, I was just thinking. One point when we did that shot where he does this like slow zoom on me, and I'm in the middle of the like traffic island, just on Swanson Street. And I remember stopping, and a guy made me stop and then turn to my left and just stand there in the middle, and it was like peak, like, foot traffic everywhere. And some guy behind me was just like, get the out of my way. Like, I thought I was going to get like king hit right there.
You can't be mad either because it's fair enough.
He was just like,
this is annoying.
Yeah, it was right in the back of my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a bit of that going on, but we pulled it off successfully.
It turned out great.
Yeah. And it's, really stoked on how it all came together. And yeah, so enjoy. This is Ill Times. All right, up next we've got Dud by Us, directed by Francis Rule and Matt Wallace. It was shot out in near Bendigo on the like Rule family farm out there. So big ups to the Rule family for taking us in and letting me crash the night. We did a whole day or two of shooting. I did one day and then they did another day with some other stuff. But very noble steed there that I was riding around. I'd never like ridden a horse before. I was terrified. So luckily I was just like led by the other actor in the video clip.
That's not me, by the way, pulling the horse.
Yeah, it's not Tame.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
Incredible. I reckon you could move just as well though.
Yeah, maybe.
But sending deep regards to Charlie the horse, who unfortunately passed away not long after the clip. The song was a co-write with my late father, Broderick Smith. He wrote most of the lyrics in the verse, and then I sort of finished them off a bit and wrote the music, and then Jay just brought it to life and made it sound, a million times better than my little demo was. So big thanks to this guy for getting it done.
No worries, thank you.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite clips that we've been a part of, so hope you dig it.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for having us and letting us pick a whole bunch of songs. There's going to be a bunch of stuff from our other bands like Pond and the Murlocs and King Gizzard. Hope you enjoy them.